Hello there, I'm Black Bright News, and I wanted to talk about Christmas because it's that time of year, and because I was listening to a video where a man was talking about he can't afford Christmas. He can't even afford the thought behind Christmas. And it made me think about how many other people are like that. And so I did this video for them. Christmas has been priced out. Let me sit with this the way ordinary people are sitting with Christmas right now. Quietly, late at night, scrolling, thinking, doing mental arithmetic they never wanted to do. I watched a TikTok video that was sent to me earlier and saw a good looking man on a couch trying to make the most out of what he didn't have for Christmas. With humour, he called it Percy Clarks. He was lamenting with half a smile saying, I can't afford Christmas. I can't even afford the thought behind Christmas. Closing it with Percy Clarks, which was a polite and humorous euphemism for a Jamaican obscenity. Not because he's cynical, not because he hates joy, but because he's broke, exhausted, and alone. And Christmas has become a mirror that shows him everything he doesn't have, magnified. And that's the part people don't like to talk about. Christmas used to be something you entered into. Now it's something that descends on you like pressure, like expectation, like a deadline you can't meet. You turn on the television and it's tables groaning under food. Turkey looks so big, it looks genetically engineered. Crackers stacked like centerpieces. Champagne flutes clinking in slow motion. Advert after advert, telling you this is what love looks like. Abundance, shine, effort, spectacle. And then you go to the shop with your carefully counted notes, and the chicken looks nothing like the bird on the TV. The vegetables are smaller, the prices are bigger, and you start quietly removing items from your basket. Not because you don't want them, but because you're choosing which disappointment you can live with. That moment right there, that's modern Christmas for a lot of people. And then there are those channels, the ones showing Steptoe and Son talking pictures, black and white films from a slower Britain, comfort viewing, familiar voices, old jokes, safe memories. And every few minutes, a gentle appeal for money, soft music, earnest presenters. If you value what we do, and they know exactly who's watching. They know it's the elderly, people who may not see family this Christmas, people who still believe in duty, people who feel guilt more easily than abundance. So Christmas becomes not just about giving, but about being emotionally leveraged into giving, even when you don't have it to spare. That's the quiet cruelty we don't name enough. And then there's the children. Because once upon a time, a Christmas stocking containing chocolate coins and a satsuma and a small toy was enough. Surprise without comparison, that was enough. But today, children don't live in a vacuum. They live in an algorithm. They see iPhones, tablets, VR headsets that cost hundreds, sometimes thousands of pounds. They see influencers unwrapping rooms full of gifts. They see peers comparing specs, not joy. And parents are left trying to perform miracles with overdrafts. So when a child opens a stocking and it's just chocolate, it isn't the chocolate that's the problem. It's the world we've built around it. The nativity, that quiet story we roll out once a year, has become strangely convenient. Sanitised, decorative, a baby in the manger, but without the poverty, wise men without the politics, a holy family without displacement, fear or hunger. We talk about the reason for the season, while ignoring that the story itself is about a young couple with no room, no money, no safety net, and a child born into uncertainty. If that story were told honestly today, it wouldn't look festive. It would look like a housing crisis, an asylum story, a cost of living documentary. So maybe the spirit of Christmas hasn't disappeared. Maybe it's just been priced out. Because the truth is, most ordinary people aren't asking for luxury. They're asking for relief, for permission to stop pretending, for a version of Christmas that doesn't make them feel like failures for surviving. How can we relate to Christmas given this backdrop? Let's look at presents, not the wrapped kind, but the human kind, about sitting with someone without trying to fix their situation, about saying, this is hard, instead of, at least. We can talk about truth, that joy doesn't always look like laughter. Sometimes it looks like endurance. Sometimes getting through December without collapsing is an achievement. And we can talk about solidarity, that Christmas was never meant to be a performance, but a reminder that no one should have to face winter alone, that the table doesn't have to be full for the room to be warm. And we can talk about reclaiming scale, about shrinking Christmas back down to human size. One meal, one call. One small kindness that doesn't require debt or shame. Because if Christmas only works for the comfortable, then it's failed in its own story. The most radical thing we could say this Christmas isn't buy more or even give more. It's this: you're not broken because this season is hard. If all you have is breath and honesty and the courage to keep going, that is not nothing. That is enough to start from. And maybe, just maybe, that's where Christmas was meant to live. And I hope that resonates with some of you, because so many people are struggling. They have children and their children are making all these demands, and they feel guilty because they've got that pressure that if they go back to school and the kids are going to say, oh, what did you get for Christmas? They're going to say, oh, I got this and I got that. And then your child is going to feel left out. So they've got all this peer pressure. It's not even about the children anymore. It's just about everything else. And then you have the expectation that people just expect bigger, better presents, more expensive. Gone are the days when you could put £10 in a Christmas card. If it's not over 50 quid, it doesn't even count as anything. £50 is the new £10. And this is what we're contending with. And can you imagine if you've got more than one child, you've got 2 or 3, or if you've got grandchildren, everybody expecting a present. What do you do? It's difficult, it really is. But yes, I think this video is really about being conscious, and if there's any elderly people watching, not to be guilted into sending money to all these charities. If you want to pick one, pick one. But there's so many of them, and you might be in a dilemma in which one to choose. If you do want to give, you can just give to one, and make sure the one that you do give is safe. And you know what I don't like about these new charities is that they're asking you to subscribe. Can you imagine the audacity of that? It's no longer, oh, give £1 or £2 or put it in the thing. They want you to subscribe up and give their bank details. Direct debit, no less. So that they're funded every month. It's diabolical. Oh, I tell you something. I don't know where this world is going to, but it's almost like it's trying to eat you out, almost trying to deplete you, if not financially, then emotionally, if not emotionally, then psychologically. It's just ongoing. Anyway, my dears, I don't want to end on a sad note, because it is a good time. We're healthy, we're here, you're watching this video, so keep up the faith, be good, look after yourself, and love you to the max. Thank you for watching. Bye-bye.